Hello guys, welcome back to Concrete Elbow, Brian Shaw's podcast with Eddie Hall. In the first 70 minutes, they were mostly talking about strongman and MMA, the ups and downs, how they got their high achiever mindsets, and how they got scammed on their latest contracts. And then they started talking about arm wrestling in the last 20 minutes of it. I know all of us have been saying that Brian's not only very gifted physically, but also mentally. Even Devon himself said that Brian's might be even more gifted in his brain than in his body, and I agree with that, but I got convinced even more after watching this podcast. Brian got into a little bit of MMA in the past few months because he signed that contract, which eventually scammed him. The reason he was going all out on it was because he's just that type of guy, and of course the amount that he was promised to get. But it's different with arm wrestling. Brian does not have any obligations with it. He didn't say it directly in the podcast, but seems like arm wrestling is becoming his next sport that he's gonna focus on after retiring from strongman last year. Brian said he wouldn't do something unless he's confident that he can be really great at it. And he didn't mean it like top 10 or top 5, literally the number 1. And I'm not sure if they were joking or not, but after seeing how hooked Brian currently is with arm wrestling, Eddie proposed an arm wrestling super match against Brian in 6 months.
So
fancy a match in about 6 months?
In 6 months?
Yeah.
At first I was like, what? Are you serious? Eddie's gonna get absolutely destroyed right now. Eddie jokingly said something like, if I arm wrestled you right now, I would probably break your arm off. So I'm giving you 6 months so that you can prepare a little bit more for me. But honestly, I feel like Eddie's actually saying that because he believes if he dedicated himself on training and practicing arm wrestling in the next 6 months as well, he might have a chance against Brian. I know to reach a high level in arm wrestling, you're gonna need years and years of conditioning for your connective tissues in the specific areas, but we're talking about 2 amateurs here. I feel like 6 months of just getting the hang out of it might already be enough if they really get into it, you know. I'm sure that would get lots and lots of exposure from the sports community as well. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Literally, no one's losing in this. I mean, Brian agreed to it, so why not?
You saw the table in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
I feel like I could do 6 months training.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to find out?
I mean, I think if we'll see, if you're serious, we could line something up.